we will start off something we don't do as often, but start off a roundtable for the rest of the show, and also opening up the show to all you listeners and callers that want to talk about various topics in the world of pro wrestling, boxing, MMA, pop culture. You can call in at 347-677-1862. That is 347-677-1862. Before we get on, of course, to the Survivor Series and Undertaker 25 years, I want to mix it up a little bit, talk about MMA world, mixed martial arts. Ronda Rousey got KO'd. She lost her first bout at UFC 193. She got knocked out by Holmes. Guys, give me your thoughts. NSC Gameboy, Toph, Saltine, about good old Ronda Rousey getting KO'd and having to go to the hospital.
Well, let me start off by saying I was never really on the Ronda Rousey bandwagon per se. I respect that she is a talented fighter, but when I found out about the fight and I got a chance to watch it, the first thing that really caught my eye was her disrespect of not shaking hands with her opponent before the start of the fight. Me growing up as a martial artist, performing in tournaments, that is one of the most disrespectful things that you can do to an opponent, is not show good sportsmanship. And a lot of times she's outclassed all around the board. I don't think that she knew what was coming. I don't think that her team prepared her correctly. And she looked like she just wasn't there. And I think what happened to her was more for her pride than anything. She claimed that she's the most fierce woman in the world, and she got beat up. And now she's going to have to learn humility. She's going to have to learn how to suffer defeat. And to all the fans out there who got on Floyd Mayweather, just this comment, just to piggyback on that real quick, Floyd Mayweather, no matter what you may say about him, because I'm a big Floyd Mayweather fan, no matter what you may say about him, the man never lost. And matter his fights were boring or his fights were good, he started as a champion and he left as a champion. So all those people out there who've been hitting me on Facebook telling about, the Floyd Mayweather comparisons, yes, I still say Floyd had every right to say that's what she gets. And that's exactly what she got. If you're going to be a role model and you have little girls who want to look up to you and you sitting up there claiming that you're big and bad and don't want to show good sportsmanship and talking nasty or whatever, then yeah, you got what you deserve. We now at UFC has a women's champion who can fight and someone who actually is proud of being a champion, not someone who wants to be movies and shop around. So to close out what I'm saying, I think that she got what she deserved. And when the rematch comes, it will be a rematch, she's going to get beat up again. It's going to be a little bit longer, but she will get beat up again. I just think that she's outclassed, and she needs a lot more soul-searching and training. So, fellas.
Go to Saltine and Toph.
All right. Well, she got what she deserved, and when I seen the video, and she was just like, yeah, I was going to beat this bitch easily and stuff. And then when it happened, it was like she was just letting her hitting her. I was like, what the fuck? She hitting her back. It was like she was just out of it, and then it was an easy KO blow. Like y'all seen that video or on Facebook where the Street Fighter and stuff where Chun-Li and Gameboy was fighting. That was kind of funny. And really, Ronda Rousey really deserved it because that should have taught her to be humble. That should have been a lesson. You should always be humble when being a fighter because you never know when you're going to get your ass whooped.
Go ahead, Toph.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw everything. I didn't really understand. Ronda's cool. She's a nerd. She's into Pokemon and anime. she's a big DBZ fan, and her favorite character is Vegeta, which I guess is ironic because Vegeta was kicked right in the face by Android 18, and she was kicked in the face by Holmes. So she really is like a Vegeta fangirl. She's been through a lot, and she has an attitude. But what I don't like about her is in all her fights, she never shakes their hands. She always just kind of, shows off. And if she had beat Holmes, she wouldn't have shaken her hand. So she got exposed. Female UFC is still new, so it's really hard to do homework on your opponents. But she's a submission specialist. She just kind of goes in there and just makes you tap out in like a minute. None of her rounds go that long. She's like the equivalent of a female Brock Lesnar, sort of. And the weird thing about the fight is that she's not really a striker. Like, if you look at Rousey's fights, she's not. Like, she tries to go for the ground and pound to make you tap out. But in this fight, she was trying to box Holmes, which didn't make sense to me because she's an Australian boxer. Why are you trying to box a box? Why are you trying to outbox a boxer? That's just not a good strategy. Her coaches clearly didn't do their homework because during the UFC fights, it's hard to notice. This is really more so for, fans that watch The Ultimate Fighter. They're going to notice this as well. During the fights, it's the coaches, they're the ones that give the instructions, yelling and screaming. And, they're at fault too because clearly they didn't tell Ronda what she was doing wasn't working. I guess what I'm really trying to say is Ronda, she's my girl and all, but she got exposed, just really heavily exposed, and there's no excuses for it. She's got a great ground and pound, and she's got a great submission, but her striking leaves a lot to be desired. And unless you're good in all areas, someone's going to expose you. And she just got exposed. This wasn't a fluke. Some people are saying it was fixed. I know Taz, he went on Twitter saying it was fixed. This wasn't fixed. She got, every single person she went up against was a bum. That's just the truth. You get put up against a lot of bums, and then you go up against someone that knows how to fight, and you get exposed. This was the equivalent of John Cena, Brock Lesnar with females. That's what this was. You feed Cena bums for 10 years, and then Lesnar shows up, and he gives you the business. And that's basically what this was. Ronda, she pretty much knows what the deal is. I know TMZ, I saw the article earlier today. She was leaving the hospital, and she tried to hide her face. Normally, Ronda is very cocky. She's usually, using social media a lot. And, she's been very, very quiet. So she knows. She knows that she got exposed. And WWE, they used to always retweet everything Ronda does, and they always talk about her. And, JBL, they give a little mention of Ronda being knocked out, so people are wondering how that's going to affect WWE. But Ronda, she'll come back for it and stuff like that. But, Ronda's cool. And the main point I'm trying to say is a lot of people are trying to defend Ronda. I'm a Ronda Rousey fan, but as a Ronda Rousey fan, I'm going to admit that all she really is submission. That's just it. Like, she doesn't really have striking, and she got exposed. And I guess the reason why she doesn't have striking is like the old saying goes, if it's not broken, why fix it? Every single person she went up against, that was really all she needed. Because every person she fought, they just foolishly ran up on her, and she just kind of used their momentum into a submission hold. But Holmes, she was smart. She took her time, and she let Ronda come to her. She didn't just foolishly run in, So this is just a completely different level of fighter. It's like the different stratospheres. Like, there's the house we live in, there's the sky where we see birds, there's higher up where there's the planes, there's the stratosphere with like the stars and the planets and outer space. Like, Ronda, she's good, but she's just not on Holmes' level. Like, she just totally got exposed. That's the best way I can say it. And she knows it because she's very, very quiet. Because normally when really high-level people lose, there's, as we say in the competitive community, there's a word we use called Johns, which is just another way of saying, excuses. There's no Johns from Ronda. She knows she got exposed. Her silence speaks volumes. So hopefully she'll come back from this, and I'm sure everyone involved in the rematch, it'll be a really big payday, whenever that will be.
Yeah. Shout out to all those people that betted on Holmes too. She had 20-1 odds. So they walked away from good money. I didn't know, man. I was probably got involved myself, but I am a martial artist. I've been in tournaments. I've been beaten, and I've also won. But one thing I've noticed about it, and a good thing that Toph mentioned, was that, Ronda went out of her element. She, Holmes did an excellent job of keeping her, playing her game, striking her. At one time, I think Ronda ran into the cage that she sidestepped her so well. And Ronda ran into the cage and turned around and was like, if she was fast enough, she could have just, when she turned around, bing, and just hit her. That just shows you just how class she is. And, I'm the first one to tell you, I'll tell you straightly how it is. If it's right, it's right. It's wrong, it's wrong. As a fighter, as a martial artist, as someone who's been, I haven't been in the octagon, so fans don't quote me on that, but who's been in tournaments, who's won a lot and lost. Losing is very, very hard, but losing is just as important as winning. When you lost, that shows true character, because now you have to come back and show people, all right, I can do what I do. If Ronda comes back and can miraculously defeat her, it will make her be that much more as an investment, and it will make that much more to the sport. But if she comes back and she loses again, which you want to be retired, that type of stuff, it lingers in the back of your mind. So, I saw the TMZ article that Hope is mentioning, and I did see her covered up. I heard she had plastic surgery done to her face. Her face was a little mangled.
She got pasted in the mouth.
Yeah, she had some. She got a little mangled up and stuff and everything. I don't wish nobody pain or harm, but you're in a sport where you have to physically hurt your opponent. It's going to happen. But a true champion, a true fighter. The old saying. There's people that fight great and there's great fighters. I think Ronda, she fought great, but Holmes was just a great fighter. She adjusted her game, she made her play, and she exposed it. So, but enough of that. Tech. I know this Sunday something special is supposed to be in the air, and I'm not feeling it. And fellas, I don't know if y'all join me on this. This Sunday is supposed to be something special, and I just don't feel it. Is there something wrong with me? This Sunday's supposed to be like, wow, and it's just not there. Do y'all think something's going on? Think something's wrong? Anything?
Before we get to Sunday, Ronda Rousey got pasted in the mouth. She deserved it. I shut your mouth, go home, suck it up, get your power levels over 9,000, and then fight for another day. Ronda Rousey deserves it. So that was when you underestimate your opponent and you disrespect your opponent like that. So that's exactly what you get. I have no pity for her. None whatsoever. And, of course, the rematch will happen because they want money, and, that's how the UFC is. And she's the only legit moneymaker in the UFC.
Here's what I don't get, though. What I don't get is, why do people pay, over $60 for a fight that's going to go 2 minutes when it's just going to get leaked on Facebook or YouTube, within the next 10 minutes of it happening anyway? I don't get that.
Same thing I wondered.
Good point. Good point.
You get a good point on that one. This Sunday, a lot of people aren't feeling it. It's WWE Survivor Series. One of the big four, which people tend to call WWE's big four pay-per-views of the year. This is Survivor Series coming up. A lot of people aren't really feeling it due to a number of things. WWE's, a lot of their star power being hurt or injured. Captain 4K's John Cena is out doing reality TV, television shows. Randy Orton hurt his shoulder taking out the trash. That is true. Seth Rollins tore his ACL. Daniel Bryan's out. They won't clear him to wrestle. So a lot of the WWE star powers and moneymakers aren't really on this card. Brock Lesnar is a part-time deal. Sting is still recuperating. So it's just a lot of the B-listers and C-listers on this card. Survivor Series
man.
is Sunday.
Hey, man, Tupac's still injured, too.
Yes, I still think Tupac is still... Tupac is dead, people. People still believing he's alive. Go ahead, NSC.
Zach, can we take a side note real quick? Because Holmes posted something on his wall earlier, and I saw it, and I wanted to get y'all thoughts on it. The list of Billboard's top MCs. What the hell?
We just use the tech line to hell. Exactly. We're going to do a DLC episode on this, but go ahead.
DLC? Okay, all right. Oh, I just want to...
No. You can go ahead and list it. Random shout-outs. Billboard...
When it comes to Tupac...
Go ahead.
When it comes to Tupac and Biggie, I love Tupac, but I'm more of a Biggie fan. Biggie is one of the reasons why I got the storyteller writing. Biggie was one of the rappers that I felt more compelled with. And I don't knock Tupac, but Tupac used to confuse me growing up because one song be, keep your head up, and then the other one would be, all these hoes and bitches and stuff. And it used to confuse me in his music, whereas Biggie was more consistent. And, riding on my enemies, drinking Hennessy, I got sick of hearing that shit too. But anyway, the point I'm trying to bring out is Billboard had this list, and I looked at the list and I chuckled. And I was laughing because I'm like, I couldn't get with the list. You know what I mean? I could not get it. First, it's a lot of mess in it, so I couldn't get with it.
First, we're looking at the list. I'm sure the Illuminati has something to do with this. We'll start with, and this shows how important the Survivor Series is, by the way, fans. This we'll start from 10 going the way up to 1. This is Billboard Magazine's 10 greatest rappers of all time. Note, fans, we do cover all sorts of pop culture, so we do cover music as well. So we're going to start. Shout out to Toph, because Toph put this on his page and sent it to us.
Should I give you guys a backstory on this thing? This photo was going viral on Instagram and Twitter. And then someone tagged me on it and was like, yo, Toph, check this out. And like you guys said, a Billboard magazine posted it. What I was trying to research like, on what grounds were they rating this? Like, was this based off of albums sold, popularity, like pop culture? Like, what exactly is this based off of? And I was trying to respond to as many comments as I could. I tried to go to the website. I even tried to, email an executive, and I couldn't get an answer, because I know one of the things about me is I'm actually a huge hip-hop rap fan, but people wouldn't know that because I'm always posting about wrestling and memes. But I was trying to find out, what were the credentials that required this posting, and I don't think I could find one. So the only logical explanation I can give you is that maybe Billboard magazine, maybe this is a troll list, or maybe they're so irrelevant, they're just trying to make themselves relevant by just posting stuff. You know what I mean? Just trying to get their name out there. So, but yeah, just want to get that out there before you read off the names.
Okay, we want to start off with 10. And fans, I know NSC Gameboy very versed in hip hop and rap. I had followed it and was a big fan in the late 80s and early 90s. Shout out to my cousin D. For that, Billboard's music top 10 greatest rappers of all time, not this year, not the past 10 years, not even the past 20 years, of all time. Number 10, Lil Wayne.
See, right there. As soon as you say number 10.
Wait, just let this sink in. Lil Wayne. Lollipops, periodic elements in his mouth. Says nothing. What is he talking? Lil Wayne, top 10. He's 10. Go ahead, Toph, and the NSC Gameboy.
See, you said number 10. This is just number 10. As soon as you said Lil Wayne, that alone, him just being on this list, completely invalidates this list to, everybody that was born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and, early 2000s. So, just so many people I know, the comments, I got to find the link. so many people looked at number 10 and they didn't even read the rest of the list. They were like, nope. They just closed it. They just closed it. That was it.
Now, NSC Gameboy, I know this is, my area, but I know you're more of expertise in this. Go ahead, brother, and share your thoughts on Lil Wayne.
I will say this. Lil Wayne is a very gifted person. I will say that. And he has entertained me with some of his lyrics and some of his music. But he do not belong on no all-time top 10 rappers list. And if he is, and if any fans out there, if he's on any of your top 10 rappers list, then kill yourself 2 times. Because I can tell you 10 rappers who not even on that list that I can just direct. Chuck D, Kumo D, DMC, Ice Cube,
Ice T.
Like, you feel like that's better than Lil Wayne. Hell, KRS-One by himself will crush Lil Wayne lyrically, and he's 40-something, almost 50 years old. If not already.
Wait! Shout out to a good buddy of ours, BBMJ, getting real, who looks just like KRS-One. Getting real.
There's no way in the world Lil Wayne belongs on. And Pope was right, and whoever commented on it, as soon as you see Lil Wayne, like, I'm just like, what? Like, huh?
What about your boy, NSC Gameboy, gonna hit me for this? What about your boy not being on Liz Pros?
the greatest rapper alive now?
Shut your mouth on that one. So I'll tell you, brother, go. Your thoughts on Lil Wayne top 10. Then we go to number 9, who I think should be listed higher.
Should never be on that damn list. I mean, they are better people than Lil Wayne. He's a question mark in my mind. I don't know if he's gay or straight. You know, one day he kissing on Birdman, next day he with some other chick. I don't get it, yo, for real.
Yo, man. Yo, man. There was Lil Wayne fangirls that were defending him to the death when I was in high school. I remember when that Birdman kissing Wayne photo went viral. I remember getting in like intense, heated debates with black women where they were like willing to go as far as like pull out guns, be like, well, man, Birdman, he sees Lil Wayne like a son. He's kissing him. I'm like, man,
yeah, let your daddy kiss your son on the lips. That's tender. Come here, Bird boy. Relax your back, boy.
Yes.
Real quick, if you can go on YouTube, even for the little 4 kids, YouTube, right? It's a video of when Birdie Man and Lil Wayne, they was on, what was that show? 106 in Park, back in the old days, where Lil Wayne walked and Birdie Man grabbed him by his arm and gave him a kiss. And it wasn't no peck. This was like one of them soap opera Young and the Restless kisses. Like, come here, boy.
Mad suspect, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You know what's passionate. You know what's passionate when you had that. You know what's passionate when you had the eyes closed.
You gotta close your eyes.
Yeah,
he even grabbed him. And get this, Birdie Man even grabbed him. This ain't no it's passionate. Like you said, his eyes was closed. It was like a 5-second kiss, and he took his hand and grabbed him on his side. He even added physical affection.
That's that prom night kiss, man. That's that prom night.
Their prom night kiss. Hashtag prom night kisses.
I like that one. Prom night kiss.
Relax your back, boy.
I gotta use that.
Well,
prom night kissing rappers. It's just funny. I'm gonna put that in my knee. I like that. That's funny.
Birdman. Brr. Let's go to number 9. One of my favorites, I think, if you're going to put Lil Wayne as 10 and you're going to put this guy as 9, he should go a little higher, not top 5, be Kendrick Lamar. Past 10 years, I have to say he's top 3 best rappers in the past 10 years. All time, he's pretty good, but all time, that's pretty a stretch. But I like Kendrick Lamar. NSC Gameboy, Saltine Toph.
Probably in my maybe top 20. but not top 10. No, he's not.
I think the past decade, his name goes up there. Like if you're going to do like, some people be like top whatever of the 80s or top whatever the 90s. Right. I think like the past decade, his name should be up there. But if we're talking all time, no. I'd say if we were doing like all time, if we extended this to like top 15 or top 20, I'll put him like somewhere in the later teens, like 16, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Saltine?
I agree. Not the top 10, mostly like probably, I'll give him like 15 at least. That much, because there's more people that were better than, most of them guys now.
Just a reminder, fans, this Sunday, Survivor Series, WWE Survivor Series, live, 8 p.m. on the WWE Network for this $9.99. Just to remind you, fans, Survivor Series this Sunday.
If you're bored, if you're bored, man, go to YouTube, put in Survivor Series original theme, the little drums and saxophones. Yeah, man, it sounds like the music you used to hear in those softcore porns on Cinemax. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, Saltine does.
What's number 8?
Number 8 is a member of the Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface Killer.
I would have Ghostface. I love Ghostface, but if I were to have a member of the Wu-Tang Clan, it would have to be Jizza or Method Man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have Ghost up there. But I understand why they put him up there.
Shout out to ODB, though.
I mean, I'm not too dirty cool. You know what I mean?
Dirty
but I'm talking
cool.
about,
They're not in the top 10.
You talking about a rapper, you talking about MC, you talking about lyricism, you talking about somebody who knew the crowd, somebody who words you should remember your line. You recite their line. Dirty got some lines you recite. Ghostface, when he raps, half that stuff, I don't even know what the hell he talking. And I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. And I still to this day don't know what the hell he talking.
Sound like Lil Wayne.
I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I don't know what he's talking. It sounds cool, though. Like, it sounds hard. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, maybe my IQ just hasn't got to that level yet. I don't know.
Now, moving on quickly because of time. Number 7, the only female mentioned. Yes, she is a great rapper, great MC. Now she'll be on par of some of the top female MCs in history. But top 10 rappers of all time, Lauryn Hill.
Actually, this is the only person on the list that I agree with. I think Lauryn Hill is, like, slept on, no pun, especially when it comes to females, what they contributed. And if you're like to put a female, like we're talking all time, the only female in the conversation is Lauryn Hill. And I'm really sick and tired of these Nicki Minaj's, these Rihanna's, these thoughts, these Lady Gagas, these thoughts that have to get half naked just to get attention. Because Lauryn Hill's proof that you can, you didn't need any of that stuff to get attention. Now, whether or not she's top 10, I don't know. But if we're talking like best of all time, she's the only female that can be brought up to me. So I wasn't too mad at this placement. But I mean, this list is trash anyway. I'm just saying if we were doing a real legit list, I wouldn't be mad if Lauryn was on there.
Well, as much as I don't like Lauryn Hill, and it's only because I heard her album so much in high school, it made me lose my damn mind. I have to give credit when credit is due. She is a phenomenal MC, and she's a phenomenal rapper. And she is very, very underrated when it comes to her lyricism compared to her singing. A lot of people listen to her songs and they like the singing, but they don't really listen to her lyrics when she raps. On that note, I do think that she is probably top 3 as great as female MCs of all time. The only other females I could see in that ballpark is MC Light, of course. And the other one I would have to give to is actually Lil' Kim. And the reason why I give that to Kim is because when Biggie died, Kim had to start writing her own lyrics, which we all know Biggie wrote her first album. If whatever she said, she can say whatever she wants. I know Biggie would say. But anyway, she had to learn how to write that on her own, and she did. And as you look at her album, I think it was 2000, the one that she got 5 mics on. There's a song on that album when she's rapping, and The Game is on that song. That song is probably one of the hardest songs I ever heard from a female MC. If you ever get a chance to check it out, fans, go to her album. I think it was 2005, 2006. I can't think of the name of it. It's Lil' Kim featuring The Game. Listen to that song. Trust and believe that song by itself puts her in the top 3 female MCs in all time in my book. So.
Yeah. I think we're going to see Gameboy for that. We are going to move on to number 6. Really shaking my head. And when I say this, I'm going to have Saltine take over. Coming in number 6, your boy, Andre 3000. Let that sink. Andre 3000.
Andre, he's cool, but to me, I'm not throwing shade at him or anything. I don't hate Andre. But for me, he was kind of more of a flavor of the month, sort of. Like when Outkast sort of went their separate ways, and for a brief period of time, he sort of did his own thing. And, you know, everyone remembers that Hey Ya Girl song. It was really catchy. His style is different. He's a great lyricist and stuff, but as an individual, he didn't really do anything for a long period of time to really make me think about him, like, as an all-time great. Like, when I think about Andre, I think about Outkast, if that makes sense, you know?
Oh, yeah. He did get
it's sort of like, and I don't...
Before, brother.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that one too. But I don't mean this like in a disrespectful way. It's like Triple H, man. When I think about the Attitude Era, I think about Steve Austin, The Rock. And when I think about Triple H, I think about DX. I don't think about Triple H as an individual. I think about him as DX. I don't think about Triple H as an individual until, like, Ruthless Aggression. You know, Lesnar, Angle, Guerrero, Benoit, those guys. So for Andre to be on, like, top 10 and to be this high, number 6, that's, like, really suspect for me. He's good, though, but nowhere near top 5. That's just how I feel about it.
Yes. Real quick, fans, we do apologize for the random echoes. Please bear with us. This is live radio, so we do apologize. Also, if my voice is stuck, shout out to my baby Mouth. If my voice is stuck or any of our voices are stuck on your computer, please hit the refresh button and start the episode over again. I'm getting complaints from Baby Mo and also from others that some of our voices are stuck. So if you do deal with that, we apologize. Please hit refresh, and then it will be fixed. So our apologies, and Under the Mat Radio. Now, NXT Gameboy, Andre 3000.
Definitely deserves doing this.
Now.
Definitely deserves doing this.
Saltine, your thoughts?
Yeah. Really should have been, let me see, take it as his top 20. So I would say like 17 at least, not top 10.
No. He should not even be on top 50.
He's more like a funky rapper. He's not really like, you know, hardcore rapper and everything like that.
You ask 100 people, name a legit rapper, 99 of them, even a 4 kid ain't gonna mention no Andre 3000. Now shout out to the perms. He got a good perm though. Give him that.
No.
Other than that, okay acting job, but not a rapper.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. And shout out to MD Nice. Shout out to MD Nice, who had just Facebooked me and said, not at all, no. Andre 3000, what the hell? Kick rocks. That's from Maryland Nice. MD Nice. 5 we have listed on the list is none other than Nas. Now, I know NXT Gameboy, you're a Nas fan. What's your thoughts on this?
He should be number 1.
Well, number 1 all time should be Nas.
Yeah.
NXT Gameboy.
Yeah, yes, sir. If you ask, Nas' Illmatic album is one of the greatest hip hop albums ever created. It not only changed the game, it made guys have to step up and become lyricists. There's not one hip hop album that you can put against Nas' album, Illmatic, and can stand up to it. Every real hip hop heads, guys who live and breathe hip hop will tell you Illmatic is one of the greatest hip hop albums, if not the greatest hip hop album of all time. It is so powerful that Biggie was beefing with Nas back when he first came out because he felt that Nas tried to steal his style on his second album. That's why in Biggie's second album, Kicking the Door, that whole first verse and pretty much the whole song is talking about Nas. And a lot of people didn't even know about that.
You
That's
mean to tell me,
Nas.
and I'm playing devil's advocate, Nas, the greatest rapper, number 1, over the other legends of hip-hop and rap?
You ask KRS-One, you ask Rakim, you ask Kool Moe Dee, you ask Busy B, you go ask Chuck D. You ask these guys. If you ever see interviews with, if you ask these guys and you ask them who they think is the best rapper in the game of all time, they will say no. This ain't just my opinion. This is facts I'm talking about. Number 1, he's a Virgo, so he already won in my book anyway. And number 2, his style changed. His style changed the game. Only other rapper on that list whose style changed the game is Rakim.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Sorry.
So
it is what it is.
And shout out, because a lot of people are hitting this out because they're PO'd about it. And no fans, sorry, Kanye West will not be on this list. No.
No Kanye West?
No, not wide, y'all. He's good, but no. Biggie. No, I'm sorry, not Biggie. Tupac is not mentioned a one time on his list. You have Andre 3000, you have Ghostface, you have Lil Wayne, but Tupac, and I'm getting a lot of feedback now from fans on Facebook about Tupac. Tupac is not even mentioned a one time. And no, that's wrong. That's a disgrace.
That's correct. That's wrong.
Now, to my opinion, me just playing devil's advocate, I will second NXT Gameboy, if not one of all time. 2 is you gotta give big ups to Nas, because people tend to forget is that Nas was the only one out of the whole early mid-90s, the whole Tupac and Biggie, East Coast, West Coast, the whole rival and feud, kind of like the Monday Night Wars. Nas still held his own, and a lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people don't give him the credit, but he did. So to piggyback on NXT Gameboy, I have to say yes. If he's not number 1, definitely number 2 of the greatest rappers of all time. That is Nas. Moving on to number 4, of course, Rakim. Definitely another great. People don't mention him. A lot of 4 kids don't know who he is. Please Google him. You spell it Rakim. Real quick, Saltine, Tove, thoughts of Rakim, which he should be on this list.
Yeah, he should be, but like you said, it's probably an age gap. The only thing I can think of is maybe this was a popularity vote. Maybe it's like today's teens who don't know their history voted. I don't know. That would definitely explain Lil Wayne being number 10. So.
Saltine?
Well, actually, he deserved to be on the top 10 at least of all time. And I think they made this list, like someone made this list and they said, okay, kid, can you make a list of the top 10 favorite rapper of all time? And I think someone just put that on there and they don't even know who Tupac is. That's what I think, whoever made this list, for real.
The Tupac thing is weird to me because it's like Tupac and Biggie were like the faces of the rap war back then. there wouldn't be a Biggie without Tupac, and there wouldn't be a Tupac without Biggie. It's like if you were to do a top 10 list of top 10 video game mascots, you couldn't put Mario on the list and not put Sonic, and you couldn't put Sonic on the list and not put Mario. Just like if you did top 10 superheroes, you couldn't put Batman and not put Superman.
What about mascots? What about Earthworm Jim and Crash Bandicoot?
They'd probably be like on the top 15. They'd be like top 15, top 20. Yeah, man, but Biggie and Tupac were like, neck and neck. They were like
Superman,
East West.
Batman.
That's like Sega versus Nintendo, WCW versus WWF, Bulls versus Jazz, whatever. Like, to put Biggie on the list and not put Pac, that's just dumb. That along with Lil Wayne being number 10 just makes this list just complete garbage. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. It's a bastard. It's not legit.
A bastard list.
Number 3, Eminem. Great rapper. I give him that. NEC Game. I created NEC Gameboy for back in the 90s when Eminem started. Get me into listening to Eminem, the Slim Shady, Kenny Kniff.
Who is this? Who is this Eminem you speak of? I only know of B Rabbit. Yo, man, I heard Papa Doc was in the Avengers.
Hey, heard the same thing too. NEC Gameboy, your thoughts real quick at M?
Well, I think my thoughts for Eminem is phenomenal. But, what more can you say? He's just M.
Yeah. Eminem was great. NEC Gameboy's boy. I'm being raw sarcastic, but Mr. King of the Illuminati himself, Mr. Sean Carter, Jay-Z, is number 2.
Yeah, there's a special circle in hell waiting for Jay-Z. That's all I'll say about him.
That circle is huge.
Ghetto Jigger, Jay-Z is number 2. Wow. NEC Gameboy, I know you despise Jay-Z.
I fucking hate Jay-Z. And fans, I'm sorry for cussing. I fucking hate Jay-Z. Like, he's an abomination to the game. I respect his hustle because I'm a hustler myself. But he's the most demeaning guy I've ever heard and see. And honestly, I just don't like him. So it is it.
Also, random honorable mention to our good old boy Ghetto Tony. I think everybody knows where we're going to go with this. That his boy Gucci Mane isn't on this list. So we got to do an honorable mention. Shout out to Ghetto Tony. Because I know you love Ghetto Tony. Love Gucci Mane all the time. Ghetto Tony plays Gucci Mane in his car all the time. All 895 songs plus all 20 mixtapes. Even call his house the Gucci house. So Gucci Mane is not on the list at all. So sad. NEC Gameboy Saltine, thoughts on the honorable mention?
No thoughts. I guess I'll give my own honorable mentions. Honorable mentions to this list, as we've all agreed, this list is garbage anyway. Honorable mention to some of the people I like growing up. Shout outs to Jadakiss. Shout outs to Fabulous. Shout outs to Busta Rhymes. Shout outs to Dr. Dre. No Snoop.
Wait. I know you didn't just mention Fabulous' name. The one that likes spelling his name in all his songs?
Only because people told me I look like him. I don't know why. But
you going to mention Drake next? Or Meek Mills?
Tech, do not make me call the ninjas on you, man. I'll get the ninjas. Anyway, shout outs to Busta, Jada. You made me lose my train of thought now. Oh, yeah, Dr. Dre and Snoop. No Snoop? Oh, yeah, DMX, too, even though he was always angry. No Snoop, though? Come on, man. Top 10, no Snoop? No Snoop? All right.
And number 1 topping off the list is Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., NEC Gameboy, Toe Saltine. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was a Tupac person growing up. I like Tupac more. His songs were more relatable to me. Tupac talked about real issues, whereas Biggie just rapped about money and bitches, which really wasn't my thing. But lyrically, he was a really good artist, and I think lyrically, he was than Tupac. But just me personally, I related more to Tupac's songs than Biggie's. That's just me.
I can't argue with Biggie being number one. I think the only thing I regret, or one of my few regrets, is that I appreciate Tupac more now than I did when I was younger. So like I say, he confused me. And now that I'm an adult, and now I've been through racism, now I see how the government really acts, and now that I see the trials in the world and stuff that Pac was talking about back then, it kind of hurts. It's like, wow, we really had a guy who was really talking for our people, and he was taken away. And that's the part of Tupac that I miss. I don't miss the sitting at the cameras and, fuck the world and this, that, and the third. I miss the black revolutionary Tupac, the Brenda Got a Baby, or Dear Mama, or, Keep Your Head Up.
Did you underground pop?
I think Tupac was. I think he was, and I don't mean this like to be disrespectful, I'm not trolling. I think he may have been bipolar or schizophrenic, because it's like all his songs were either like really positive or really negative. And it was like most people back then, whatever they were rapping about, the tone was consistent. Whereas Pac would just kind of go back and forth, almost like there was two of them, like some kind of Riddler schizophrenia thing. So
he's a Gemini. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the mark of Gemini. That's the twin. One twin is evil, one twin is good. So, like you said, one song he's talking about saving the world, and the other song he's talking about destroying the world. It's the strangest thing, but he deserves to be on this list, though.
Hashtag the Zodiac Lessons by NSC Gameboy.
Hey,
remind everybody this Sunday, your Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Raw Wrestling Federation. Yeah.
That's what he said used to be. Shout out to that music. Just go for Survivor Series real quick. They just added a new match, traditional elimination match. The match is listed. Of course, the Divas title match. You have Charlotte, Ric Flair's daughter, versus Paige for the Divas title. Really don't care about this match. Pretty sure Charlotte's going to still go over and still be the champion. Guys, your thoughts for this match?
Cricket.
Sorry, I was trying to bring some interest to it. So. No, you know what, though? Seriously, though, for real. If you, everyone's talking about, I can't believe it talked about, Ric Flair's deceased son and all that stuff. All I got to say is the fact that they have to bring up a deceased person just shows you just how dead the Divas division in the feud is, because nobody was talking about this match before. So they had to bring up a dead person just to incite fans and get them interested. So, yeah.
Random note, Survivor Series is brought to you by Rolaids Advanced Kick Acid. Just to let you know, Survivor Series is sponsored by Rolaids.
Really?
What's also those other anti-acid medicines? Tums, Rolaids. What's that?
It used to be Digels, too, back in the day.
Yeah, use those. Random shout-out. Was that Mama Toph?
Nope.
Oh, Mama Salt? I heard somebody in the background. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody, mamas. We love you. P.O.P. holding it down. What happened to her? Random note. What happened to the P.O.P. girl? She still in jail?
P.O.P. girl.
What was
I don't know, man.
Ghetto, what's her name? Gato. I ain't no Gato. Remember her? NSC Gameboy? No. I know you tend to fill us in the street knowledge, the street game.
I don't know, man, but every time I see Ja Rule, I'm like, when did he get out? So.
NSC Gameboy, you can't help else with the street knowledge of the P.O.P. girl?
Yeah, she's still locked up. She's still
locked up.
She's locked up with the feds. She got set time. So she ain't coming home for a while.
She locked up there with
Yeah,
Gucci Man. She holding POP down in the cell.
Yeah. She's probably somebody's girlfriend now.
Oh.
Remember, she's legally blind.
Yeah, oh yeah, she is legally blind. Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, relaxing that back. Barely. All right, moving on to the semifinals of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Gosh, it is a long name. You have Dean Ambrose, wet hair and all. Talk about schizophrenia. He has his outfit and wardrobe is 1 week is a tank top, next is a crew neck, and then it's a jacket. He can't make his mind up. Dean Ambrose against IC champion Kevin Owens. I clearly state and see, Dean Ambrose is going to win. A very good match, but Kevin Owens doesn't need to win. He's already the champion. And why isn't any of these champions defending their belts? But it's WWE. Hennessy, Gameboy, Toph, Saltine, your thoughts of this match? I think it's going to be a good match.
I think it'll be a good match. I'm just kind of scared that you can go to a Lowe's and you can see a guy that looks like Dean Ambrose every day. So, I'm just saying, you know.
You can go to the local Rexton, I'm pretty sure you can. NXT Gameboy, who's going over, Ambrose or Owens?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Ambrose is. I mean, they want to keep Kevin Owens with the Intercontinental so he can have some decent matches and prepare him for next year when he gets, you know.
Saltine?
Ambrose, they like Gameboy said, they try and groom him to be world champion. That's the rumor that's going around. So I might think they should turn him into a heel soon, probably.
All right, next match, we have the other semifinals match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Samoa Cena, Roman Reigns versus United States Champion Alberto Del Rio. Can anybody?
Patron.
Yeah, I'm sorry, El Patron. We know. Can we all agree that Roman Reigns is going to win? Can we all agree that?
Yeah.
Okay. And we know the finals will be Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose for the title. This way it gets interesting. Shout out to Afro Sister Queen. She said Roman Reigns will win, so she's agreeing with us. This is an interesting thing. With Roman Reigns against Ambrose, how do you see it playing out? Is Ambrose going to win the title? Is Reigns going to win the title? Is Triple H going to screw over Reigns? Will it be some DLC involved? Isn't Brock or maybe Sting? Is Captain 4K for Cena going to jump in? Is it going to be a triple threat match? A lot of possibilities here. What do y'all see happening?
Well, hopefully, man, Roman doesn't gas out like he did against Cesaro. That's all I got to say.
Only way I would see Roman winning is unless he's turning heel. You know what I'm saying? I think Roman Reigns needs to turn heel and just stay being heel. You know what I mean? Because I don't like him personally. I just can't get with his character. He's boring to me. But at least if he's heel, you know, he'd be boring, but he'd be somewhat entertaining because, you know, maybe his matches will be better. I don't know. Maybe he might come up with a new gimmick or something for being a heel.
All right, guy. Anybody else, Salty?
The whole thing gonna be Roman, of course. I think he probably, I don't know, because as I say, the rumors going around like they try and find a next Cena or a next heel to run the company. So I think it's probably going to be a Swerve Sunday. It would be interesting. They need something to happen good. They really do.
I think Ambrose is winning. I think Ambrose is turning heel. All signs point towards Ambrose winning. That's my prediction.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Also, the match is heavily, of course, the tagline of Survivor Series, besides it being sponsored by anti-acid medicine, Rolaids and Advanced Kick Acid, is The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction.
Oh, boy.
Versus the Wyatt family, which Bray Wyatt has to choose which two members of the family, which he hasn't done yet, is going to face off. I clearly you can tell it won't be Eric Rowan because he hasn't done anything. It's probably going to be that bro, was it Strowman? What's his name?
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Strowman guy because he's new and they want to try to push him, and it's going to be Harper. Or why not just Wyatt just wrestle himself? Do we really have to guess who's going to go over in this match? I mean, clearly, Survivor Series is celebrating Undertaker's 25 years. You know that's going to have Undertaker lose.
Can we just talk about the fact that Bray Wyatt is Shang Tsung?
Yeah, he's kind of Shang Tsung.
Oh, man.
It has begun. Liu Kang, your soul.
Yeah.
How that movie. And it's the Gameboy.
Yes, sir. I think that
against Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Actually, no. Undertaker would be kind of Scorpion. Kane would be kind of like Raiden. Then Ray Wyatt be like Shang Tsung. And then the Wyatt family kind of be like the other ones, like Ermac and Rain. What was the other one? Neeb Sabat.
I'd rather see Shang Tsung versus Scorpion and Sub-Zero than Bray Wyatt and his family versus Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
Which you can play by playing Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 10 for the PS4 and Xbox One.
I'd rather see Jason Voorhees.
Shout outs to the Rage Quit Alley. They actually give you points if you Rage Quit. That's really funny. They thought of everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was Survivor Series. Oh, wait a minute. There's a DLC match in here. It's a traditional Survivor Series
really
match.
It
is. Let me use 5-on-5 Survivor Series, and trying to figure out who's in it. Give me a second.
You don't know who's in it because they don't know who's in it.
They really
don't know.
Yet.
So anybody that doesn't currently have a match that you haven't used in data for the past month is going to be in this match. So it could be the likes of Heath Slater, could be the likes of Zack Ryder, could be Jack Swagger. All of these random
all them downloadable characters.
It's going to be like New Day, Cesaro, and
Big
Ryback, and all those guys in the match.
Usos,
all seriousness, though, taking the humor out of it.
Player one.
I was talking about this the other day. When I was doing You Didn't Know Radio, the name of the episode we did was called A Rise and Fall Survivor Series, and I just wanted to take this time to just talk about something, and I think it's really sad how far this pay-per-view has fallen, and I mean that seriously, because today, even the most jaded wrestling fans, they still watch Royal Rumble, and they still watch WrestleMania, They still tune in to watch. Now, they may or may not watch SummerSlam, but, what I'm trying to say is you have jaded wrestling fans that don't even like WWE, don't even like wrestling, but out of habit, they still watch Rumble, Mania, and sometimes SummerSlam. You don't see that anymore. You don't hear that about Survivor Series. You don't ever hear anyone ever talking about Survivor Series, getting hyped for Survivor Series, and it's very sad because the elimination matches was basically what made this pay-per-view what it is. And, they were still doing it in the early 2000s. Everybody remembers Team Bischoff against Team Austin. Everybody remembers Team Raw against Team SmackDown. They had something going on a few years ago, when they had Team Kofi against Team Orton, and they totally, Orton told Kofi he was stupid, and that was the end of that push. We even got Team Authority. Yeah, we got that last year. And it just seems like they've totally just, they've given up. I mean, if I remember correctly, they actually got rid of Survivor Series, and the November slot was blank, and they couldn't think of something to put there. And I remember reading reports that Triple H was interested in War Games, and he was looking at the concepts that WCW and ECW had and was thinking about just creating a new concept. But Vince McMahon is just too proud to use a WCW concept or anyone else's concept, and he would rather continue to use Survivor Series. I just think it's very sad to see how far Survivor Series has fallen. It's just sad,
Breaking news: WWE is going to be any random household item you have in your house. Since WWE is having Rolex sponsor the Survivor Series, we're going to give a couple random things in the house. King Syrup will be sponsored by Survivor Series as well. Biscuit Shake and Pour Buttermilk by Betty Crocker. Mari's Butter Cookies. Any random household appliance or food or medicines you use in your house will be sponsored by Survivor Series. Tylenol, Motrin, NFC Game. Remember the Tussin? Remember that?
Yeah. How about Colgate?
Shout out to the Tussin. Colgate. Crest Kid. Crest Kid. You have a random household appliance. Band-Aids. Flavor Aid. Kool-Aid. Saltine.
Hey, all these daggone AIDS, man. I don't know.
What apple juice for toast, favorite beverage. Random household appliance that is
the household appliance the household appliance I always remember. Maybe it's just because I was a kid. I remember, like, it seemed like forever. It probably was only about 2 or 3 years, but anybody remember, like, SummerSlam was, like, hosted or by, like, Spandex, like, for, like, 4 or 5 years in a row?
Yeah, Spandex did host Survivor Series.
It was like SummerSlam or Survivor Series. It was one of those shows. They used to have, like, those little big blimps with those Spandex signs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Those things used to piss me off when I was a kid. It used to get in the way of the Titantron and all that. I hated those.
Non-stick spray for your cooking needs. Survivor Series. Fans, let us know any other household appliances or food items that Survivor Series is going to.
Hello? Oh, okay.
Shout out
Ben
to
Gay. Ben Gay.
Oh, Ben Gay.
Yeah.
So for International.
Yeah, they want me there.
Ace bandages, Stridex. What was that? What was that gum that used to come in the cereals with the stripes that had the little kangaroo dude on it? What was the name of that?
No, not Bazooka Joe.
That gum was nasty. I don't know what.
Yeah, any fans, listen, please Facebook us. Let us know that nasty rainbow striped gum that used to come in the cereal boxes back in the day.
Oh yeah, the rainbow striped gum.
The rainbow striped gum. Remember that?
I know what you're talking about. Looked like the zebra and stuff.
The zebra, whatever it was. Fruit stripe. Thank you.
Yeah, they sell that at the dollar store. That shit's still nasty.
Wow. So you guys are going on a time machine. Shout out to yeah, man. It's talk about the 90s, man. Shout outs to Melissa Joan Hart getting Kevin Owens' butt hurt on Twitter.
Melissa Joan Hart. Is it random 90s references now? Sponsoring Survivor Series.
Yeah,
but she really legitimately made Kevin Owens' butt hurt, so it was pretty funny.
Giga Pets, Survivor Series, Tamagotchi.
Carissa Explains It All, Melissa Joan Hart?
Yeah, Carissa Explains It All.
Yeah, that's the one.
Owens.
Sabrina?
She going after Kevin Owens.
Yep.
Is that what her career went to?
I didn't know that.
She's actually a wrestling fan, and she tweets, like, wrestling stuff all the time, so... But she had a war of words with Kevin Owens last night, and it's pretty funny. Maybe it'll turn into a celebrity angle next year at Mania. We'll see.
Shout out to Every Picture Queen. Thank you for sending us the picture of Fruit Strike gum. Thank you, babe, for letting us know the actual name of the gum. The zebra looks a little tender. And fitting him with a soccer ball. Pause. And the tattoos were inside. Remember those watermark tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
Other 90s references. What was this between a Tamagotchi and a Giga Pet? I'm trying to understand that. Fans, please let us know. Tamagotchis and Giga Pets. What was the difference? Since Survivor Series is being brought to you by Household Appliances and Random Foods and 90s references. Yes. Okay, we here at Under the Mat Radio, we're known to be very controversial, and we can say whatever we want as in the Gameboy. Not going to mention the fan's name that sent a text since we're talking about pop culture references and Hollywood. As someone mentioned about Charlie Sheen. And he mentioned about Charlie Sheen in reference to the AIDS song from Team America. See, Sam? We here Under the Mat Radio. We have no filters.
No filters.
Great movie, by the way. Team America, please watch it. Please do. Great movie. Anderson Gameboy, your thoughts?
First of all, I'm glad Charlie Sheen finally came out, because apparently he's been kicking out millions of dollars to so-called friends for keeping this a secret. But at the same time, apparently he's been trying to have sex with lambskin condoms to certain people, and that's not cool. So I don't know what else how to say it, but I'm a Charlie Sheen fan.
Did you just say lambskin?
Yeah, he tried to have sex with lambskin condoms.
You know you're not supposed to do that. It's only polyurethane and latex.
Shout outs to Booty Call.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've been a Charlie Sheen fan. I've been a Charlie Sheen fan since Hot Shot. So I've always liked Charlie Sheen. So we have advancements in HIV. So he'll be all right. He got money.
Yeah, maybe you're saying Magic Johnson, who is the only man in history who, if you look at Magic Johnson pre-AIDS announcement to post-AIDS, he looks better. He gained weight, his hair grew. His side effects is the reverse of what normally people who have AIDS has. And some people actually say Magic Johnson is the cure to AIDS.
Okay.
It's true.
And
it's true. I'm saying it's true. I mean, Magic Johnson looks darn good, and I'm glad he's doing well, but looks like he's
the most
gotten better.
healthiest AIDS person in the world.
Most healthiest AIDS person in the world. And we have another caller. Fans, we do apologize again for the echo. All right, you're cool, 410. Welcome to Under the Mat Radio.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Everyone has AIDS!
Download Live Radio.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Sorry.
You remember, does anybody remember that one Family Guy skit where they were singing You Got AIDS?
Yeah. Wow.
Whoa.
Anyway.
Live Radio fans.
That's crazy, man.
Anyway, shout out to Charlie Sheen and his brother, Emilio Estevez. I'm still waiting for Mighty Ducks 4. Come on, man.
Yes, we're waiting for Mighty Ducks 4.
Where is Emilio?
Please, bring that Mighty Ducks 4.
I don't know where he is, man. We need to get him, and we need to freaking petition Disney for a Mighty Ducks 4. Everything's coming back, but yeah,
Mighty
Charlie's
Ducks
cool.
4, the reunion.
I'm waiting for Lil Weapon 2. What happened to that?
I'm waiting for another stakeout too. No, it was 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, the third, another stakeout.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, in tribute to Emilio Estevez, since he's the forgotten Sheen, we're gonna go over some of his film credits, since some of y'all don't know who he is. Emilio Estevez is the actual brother Charlie Sheen, who wanted to take on his mom's last name because he didn't want to get over by the Sheen name. Gosh, I just saw a recent picture of Emilio Estevez. Whew. He was, shout out to The Breakfast Club, of course, 1985. He played RFK
Love that
in the movie
movie.
Bobby. He was Men at Work with his brother, Charlie Sheen, 1990.
I'm scared that they're going to remake that movie, and I think it will be remade. And when you consider the issues that kids go through today, you could cover a lot more materials, but I'm just afraid that it wouldn't be as good as the original. But if you guys want a good laugh, man, check out Loaded Weapon with Emilio Estevez and Samuel Jackson. That movie is hilarious. I love that movie.
I love that movie. Oh, yes. That's the movie.
Okay, other unknown movies that Emilio Estevez did, Dear Dracula, short film, 2012, Arthur and the Invisibles, paused by that name, The Three Wise Men, 2003, great series, The West Wing, back in 2003, very great series. And the Mighty Ducks 3, Gordon Bombay. Will you come back? Shout out to that random dude who played what did he play in Mighty Ducks 3? The Russians?
No, Mighty Ducks 3, they played the seniors and stuff, man. Shout out. Mighty Ducks. The cool thing about Mighty Ducks is if you're a wrestling fan, you can use a lot of wrestling terms. Like the Flying V was the finisher, and that was like the finisher in the first one and the second one. But in the third movie, they totally no-sold the Flying V, man. They was some Hulk Hogan stuff.
Yes. Shout out to the great fans on the Mat Radio for listening and calling in. Any other household appliances or food items, please let us know what Survivor Series is brought to you by. Oh, man.
Wasn't Survivor Series brought to you by Kung Fu Fighters or something at some point?
Yeah, 96.
Karate Fighters?
Oh, Karate Fighters.
96,
yeah.
I remember that too well.
Salty, do you have a bad experience of playing with the Karate Fighters as a 4 kid?
Yeah. When I was playing with my cousin, I was like fighting right, and those things like, when they kick fast, I hurt my hand so many times. I just say, fuck this toy. I need to stop playing this. Where's my Ninja Turtles? That's how bad I didn't want to play them.
Sound a little suspect, brother.
Yo, sir, see, my hand got so hurt. Like, what the hell, yo? Come on.
Toy
yeah, those are the days. I hated them for that.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Oh, yeah, there's one thing I want to talk. Like, the story with Undertaker came, like, can they explain, like, how did they got out of the Bray Wyatt and stuff? Because they was just picking them up dead in their shows. I'm like, shouldn't they be captured in a dungeon or in the in some kind of I don't know, castle or something? I don't know.
That's what you want to know? What I want to know is where did they find that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers sound effect for the thunder? I've been looking for that for years. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Sound for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And why
that is the...
Why is it when the Power Rangers, when he got punched, sparks flew out? I never understood it.
I don't know, man. But I'm serious, man. That sound effect, that's like the exact sound effect. Remember Rita would be like, let my monsters grow. She like threw her staff. How did she get her staff back? They never explained that. Did she have more than one?
Yeah,
anyway, when she threw it on the ground and made the noise.
The true question is, where did the Zords come from when they were called? And also, the Power Rangers just... How did they jump that high to get the Zords? It was no openings for the heads.
See, that's why Green Ranger was my favorite, because he was never actually in it. He just controlled it with his little dagger thing. It was,
I know they're talking knife. What was that Samba, whatever his name was, that little line knife thing? That was creepy. Whatever, Samba. Oh, Power Rangers. Oh.
Yeah, speaking of the Rangers, there was like an event recently, and there's a picture that's going viral. I'll share it on the Mat page. It showed like a lot of the original cast members together, like a reunion. And the original Black Ranger, Walter Emmanuel Jones, he still looks the same.
Yeah,
he's in great
the Black
shape.
Ranger that's black. The Black Ranger that's black.
Wasn't it the Ranger Stop event?
It may have been, but the comments from the photo are hilarious. I'm going to find the photo and post it on the Mat Radio. The comments are hilarious because it's like everybody looks older, but he looks exactly the same. Black don't crack. That's all I'll say. Sorry, Olsen twins. Tia and Tamara won that war. The end.
Shout out to the smart guy, Tia and Tamara. Their little 4K brother who never really got as famous. He had his own TV show called The Smart Guy. Also, the Survivor Series is brought to you by 90s music bands, brought to you by Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Backstreet Boys, Absent Change, Oasis, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, Radiohead, Green Day, NSYNC, Blair, Smashing Pumpkins Live, Foo Fighters, Third Eye Blind, Weezer, Stone Temple Pilots.
Yes. Yo.
NSC Gameboy, The Offspring. Are you familiar with these guys?
Yep. Candlebox.
The Offspring, yes, actually, I am familiar with them.
Go-Go Dolls, Blink 182, Everclear,
yeah,
Garbage, Limp Bizkit, Where's Your Caribbean, 98 Degrees, LSR's favorite group. No, this was going to hit that. Blind Melon, 5 The Cranberries, pause, Marcy Playground, Gin Blossoms, Hanson Umbop, and Hole. Wait a minute. So fancy. Hole band? Have you heard of these guys or these girls? Hole.
Hole?
Yeah, Hole. H-O-L-E. Courtney Love.
Shout outs to Aisha. She looks good. She looks good. You know, respectable.
Aisha, who the Black Ranger from the Black Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers.
Yeah, she was always fit too. I used to look at her when I was young and like, yeah, she can get it.
Your back was getting relaxed and she gave it back.
There.
Yeah,
I was trying to keep it PG, but Gameboy was like, nah.
We're not WWE. It's not PG. Shout out to the fan that called in playing the AIDS song from Team America. I'm sorry. Whew. So still burns. Whew.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Why did the Black Ranger have a gun for a weapon? Was it because he's black?
True. Why did the Black Ranger have a gun as a weapon? See, stereotype racism.
You know, I've gotten into debates. I've gotten into intense debates about this in college. I got into like a 30-minute debate with my psychology teacher, and I think Power Rangers, it's going to sound crazy. This might even be like, no, I wouldn't say it's a future DOC, but I think that Power Rangers may have subconsciously affected races a little bit. I think it's added a little bit of racism. Like what I noticed is throughout most of the Power Ranger seasons, the yellow and pink ranger was always female. Now pink most would associate as a feminine color. Yellow is not really feminine, but it's not really masculine anyway. But a lot of people see yellow as feminine, and when I ask them why, they say because the Yellow Ranger was a girl. I'm like, really? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll be quiet on that one.
The color is asexual. They don't know what it is. Is it a man or is it a woman, basically?
I mean, the Red Ranger had a sword. That stereotypes the Asians. I just realized what I just said. Oh, sorry.
And another thing is that always question is he always asks for the look for 5 teenagers with attitude. What the hell does that mean? You know, he's like, send me 5 teenagers with attitude. Like, the hell is it?
5 teenagers attitude with guys with guns. That's what they is. 5 teenagers attitude guns.
Did y'all ever think about that? Like,
yeah.
You know, when the show comes on, he always says, send me 5 teenagers with attitude. And I'm like, okay, what is the attitude? What is the credentials that you need to have to get Mr. Power?
So technically, Zordon kidnapped him. That's some Amber Alert, man.
Zordon, is he alive? What was Zordon? Was he like a
maybe
Power Ranger?
Maybe we had it wrong, man. Maybe Rita was the good guy all along. Maybe it was Lord Zed.
I want to know this. First of all, what happened if someone broke the glass? Was that glass full of water, or what was that, air or oxygen? Somebody just poked that glass.
One last thing before I go, man. Shout outs to the best last of the Power Rangers, man. Shout outs to Lord Zed when he had those putties that you had to hit them on the little Z thing for them to die. Those things were those things were putting in work, and then they figured out they had to punch him. I just thought that was really funny.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
We still got time. We still got.
Wow.
So just to let everybody know, also, WWE Survivor Series is brought to you by shows from the 90s. 1 minute, 30 seconds. We got Rugrats, Hey Arnold, All That, Friends, Carissa Explains It All, Doug, Keenan and Kel, Full House, Rocko's Modern Life, Salute Your Shorts, Great Show, Boy Meets World, Saved by the Bell, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Hey Dude, Cat Dog, The Wild Thornberrys, The Simpsons, Family Matters, Adventures of Pete, The Secret World of Alex Max, The Angry Beavers, Sabrina Teenage Witch, Beverly Hills 90210, and The Powerpuff Girls. If you need any more 90 shows, go to Google, type in 90S
Wow.
shows. Thank
This
everybody
dude
for
said
calling in
Alex
tonight.
Mack.
Yes.
Alex Mack, wow. What a sucker
Oh.
punch. I haven't heard that like since 6th grade.
Yes. Thank everybody for calling in today. Thanks, everybody. Shout out to you, George Love, great inventor, for calling in. Thank you for your time. Thanks, everybody, for the fans that's called in. Sorry, fans, I know you still want to call in. Please call in next week and hit us up on the fan page or group page and tell us about more 90s references or household appliances that Survivor Series is sponsored by. This is your host, Tech, speaking for NXT Gameboy, Saltine, Toph, the Chuckster who's listening, LSR, Ghetto Tony, Afro-Central Queen, and everybody else affiliated. We will talk to you all next week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Live. Sunday, Survivor Series, who cares? NXT Gameboy, get a benediction.
Loafers, Sunday, check us out. Amen.
Shalom. Saltine, in the show.
Rangers.
Check us out. Amen.
Shalom. Saltine, in the show.
Rangers.
Talk to you next week, guys. Love you.